Inter-island travel seeing some adjustments with the latest amendment to the emergency orders. Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Jimenita Swain. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, new changes to the emergency powers orders have resulted in the local borders being open to travel to the public at large. While restrictions have been eased, Cleopatra Murphy explains the protocol.
Travel restrictions for inter-island travel have been somewhat relaxed. People traveling between islands are no longer required to have a negative COVID-19 test before travel, with the exception of those traveling between Grand Bahama and New Providence. All travelers are required to get a travel visa beforehand and are required to quarantine for 14 days at a government quarantine facility or one that has been approved by the Ministry of Health upon arrival at their destination. Those traveling from New Providence and Grand Bahama must get a negative COVID-19 test before applying for a travel visa, and the test is valid for 5 days after it was taken. Children 10 and under are exempt from the COVID-19 test, but are required to quarantine. Quarantine is not required for persons traveling from Chub Key, Harbor Island, Long Key, Long Island, Ragged Island, Rum Key, San Salvador, and Spanish Wells. Travelers are required to wear face masks, and airlines or mailboat operators that allow passengers to travel without the travel visa, COVID test, or face masks are subject to a fine of $500. Persons traveling for emergencies upon approval by a health officer or police and employees on aircrafts or vessels taking passengers are not required to quarantine or get a health visa. Public officers traveling on government business are also exempted from quarantine. The Minister of Education also has the authority to grant approval for schools to engage in face-to-face instruction if the Ministry of Health is determined it is safe. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.